So this is a short video for my friends at COTI or anyone else who likes to program in Python for traveler-esque, sciencey, science fiction-y system generation. And this uses mostly Mr. Ziegler's work at GURPS first in for sciencey stuff, and then it would be T5 stuff for the traveler decisions. But I'm just going to make so the system, we're not version 1 yet. It's still kludgy. This is still pre-version 1. Not everything works exactly the way I would like, but let's try. I'm going to invent a new sector today, and I'm going to use random seed 77, which I've never used, so I have no idea what this is going to look like. So we'll all see it together. The core idea of this is it first builds the sciencey stuff for an entire sector. Stars, planets, moons, builds all that stuff first. Then it goes through and for each system identifies what is probably the best decision for a main world, travelizes that and the other planets, and there you go. Then you have a system, as opposed to maybe the traditional method of first building out a main world and that. So you're gonna get a lot less breathable type Earths than you might. So the system has been generated, and if I come in here, I can see that I have the database is available with everything that's been generated. So there's all the traveler systems for the traveler worlds and the system stats. I even have I like far trader stats, so they're there, and I don't know, everything associated with that. Every single ball of rock, every planet or moon has also been generated and has all of the physical stats required for each of them. Of course, it's not always fun to look in a database. The database is neat for searching, but sometimes we want to browse. So what we can do is click on the browse menu, or the browse program. There's the one we just generated, and there's a list of all the systems. And if we pick one, it'll give us the traditional traveler characteristics in the top left, and the T5 and system characteristics in the bottom left. Sciencey stuff in the top right, mostly first in generation, although we're moving that to the more recent, at least recent 2021 architect of worlds. That change is happening, and you can see the economic stuff is down there, and where the planet is. And these have a name for each of the systems. There's just a CSV file full of names that I just grabbed from a million places on the internet. So there's a lot of crazy stuff in there as well. And what I really like is I needed visuals so I can pop and see the world. So I instantly see this is an Earth-like world. I can see there's a scout base, and I can see its stellar mast. So it's a little bit longer to get to the world. These are in hours, so it's almost 3 days once you get to the jump point to get to the world, because it's stellar mast. And stellar masking is fairly common in the system. You can see this is the stellar mask icon. You can bounce around and see what's there, but I can see it's cold. I can see this is a moon. I can see that it's got a corrosive or exotic atmosphere, and I like bouncing around like that. Quickly as well, for me, the reason I not only did I want to learn the Python programming language and figure out how to do all this, I like extended system generation ever since book 6 back in the 80s. So if we're on a system like this and we want to see, well, what else is in the system, we can click on full system, and every ball of rock that's around the system is here and has been generated and has all of its stats come up. The bottom left stats won't change, and the bottom right won't, because those are system-wide. But as you go around and look, you can see that they're mostly icy rock balls. But there's a bunch of moons, and there's a few people living on some of them, and there's all kinds of opportunities for shenanigans in different areas. Finally, what I just finished recently is, if you come into these text files, there are 2 associated with each database that's created. And if we want to go, I'm just going to move this to the side. The wonderful traveler map website, web app, has this great poster maker in the custom rules. And what you can do is you can enter your own. You probably know this if you're a coder, but you can enter your own details in here for your own system. So these worlds are set up. So if I open up the first one and copy it and paste it here, and then I open up the routes, your preference, and I paste it here, and we click on render poster, then we get fairly quickly a PDF, and that's been generated. And of course, none of the routes are stored in the database. These are it's just that what I copied and pasted in the traveler map, but it's not a bad start. It's pretty cool. I like that. I might change some things a little bit. I don't know if I don't see a need for that jump necessarily, or maybe that one's, anyway, you can change. These are easy to change just in the traveler map XML, but at least there's one that starts out for you. It focuses on these red IX plus worlds. Those are the important systems as per the T5 rule base. So they're sort of like the core, and you can sort of see where the megacore or the common X boat or big routes would be, and then over here you'd have your frontier where nobody goes. There's no reason for anything there, and it might be. There are always neat opportunities to go from an IX here, like an IX here, to an IX here. That might be a neat sort of feeder route or back down route that doesn't have quite enough traffic to build its own line, but maybe there's opportunity for scraps for a band of adventurers. Anyway, that is the sector generator. I think it's called Bartleby sectors generator for the moment. It's still growing and evolving, but that's where we are now.